Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy, and we're going to do a little follow-up. We've got a series of a whole bunch of videos about Whatnot, and going to kind of tell you what's going on right now with Whatnot as far as my views on it. They really haven't changed. I'm still bullish on the site. I know that other people have gone in and out of being bullish and not being bullish, and a lot of it comes down to what your expectations are from the site. I know that they're pushing to get a lot of the people on there that are buyers saying, hey, you should sell, you should sell. So if you're a buyer over there and they reach out to you to sell, give it a try. Why not? And by all means, reach out to us, and we'll help you out as best as we're able to do. And watch the other Whatnot videos as well. Now, some of the things may have changed a little bit on the technical side of things, but the general ideas are still the same. And really, the number one thing to be successful on Whatnot, without a doubt, is you have to buy right. If you buy right, you can sell a lot of stuff on there. If you're worried about getting every single dime out of every single item, it absolutely is not the site for you. No possible way you'll enjoy the site. But if you're into it and you're saying, look, I'm buying my items for whatever price it happens to be, $2 each, and if I sell them at $7 each, I'm making money. I'm buying them for $5 each. If I start them at $11 each, I'm making money. Figure out what your general cost is. Now, my general cost is $1 and under usually. So if I sell things at $3, I can make money. You've got a different price structure. Just make sure that you price your starting bids at a high enough price that you're making money. But the main thing you need to remember is if you're watching this, you're probably a reseller. You're probably able to source. If you can source, go for it. You can keep sourcing inventory and moving it out, and there's nowhere else where you're able to move inventory out at the speed that you're able to do so. I've actually had it where I picked something or other up at noon and sold it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at a Whatnot sale to fill in another item. I couldn't do that anywhere else. There is no other site that I would be paid and have it in the mail later that day. And that is unbelievable turnover. And I'm just a small guy. I know the big people can do that stuff regularly. In fact, there are people that will go to the bins and not even buy the items until they get, hey, anybody interested in this? And, they're paying $3 for it and they're starting it at $7 and they end up selling it for $12 on there and then they buy it. Hey, good for them. It's a great business model because they have no risk other than their time, as long as the Goodwill or the bins or whoever is allowing them to record while they're doing that, which obviously they're able to do so. But what you need to do in that site is you need to be consistent, which we've said any number of times. Always have your same shows at the same time, whether you're doing books 4 o'clock on Thursday. Every 4 o'clock on a Thursday, I have a book sale. I've actually had some pretty poor sales, and that was because I changed them up. I was doing 4 o'clock, but a different day for the books because I had so many books. And the people were coming by wanting the magazines or wanting the ephemera, and I was offering books that day. And I wasn't necessarily able to get my book people to come on over to an ephemera day because there are different kind of buyers on there. And a perfect example I just did, as I'm recording this, just did the May the 4th be with you sale over there. Terrible. Absolutely terrible sale. Really didn't sell very much whatsoever. The plus side is I've gotten so good at it, it doesn't take me very long to list the items. It doesn't take me very long to sell the items. Just a little investment of time. And I did pick up a couple of new people buying from me, which is a positive. But why did I do so poorly? Part of it may have been the merchandise. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars person, so I don't know how good or bad the merchandise was that Mr. Magazine gave me. But the other reason is I'm not knowing. And if you're over there and you are always buying Star Wars stuff from so-and-so and they've got some great Star Wars stuff, you're going to go to them and buy from them. Why are you going to check out some guy you've never seen before? Maybe you're going to stop by long enough to take a look and say, oh, yeah, he's got okay stuff, nothing I really need. This other guy's got some killer stuff, and I always get great deals from him. Why are you going to take a chance on me when one of your normal people you buy from is on there? And that's one of the things I think that sunk us for that sale was I'm not known for selling toys. I did have a fair number of my regulars stop by, and pretty much none of them stayed. They stopped by to see what I was selling. As soon as they walked in, as a service to them, I said, it's all Star Wars today. I don't want to waste their time. I got to be honest with my regulars. If I know that you buy old books, you're probably not interested in Star Wars. Hey, great if you are. At least I'll tell you right when you walk in, hey, it's all Star Wars today. And then I threw the little salesmanship on top. I said, because I know my regulars, you're going to want to come by next Thursday because I've got a couple of great books for you. So I emphasize to them, because I got them to stop in the door, I emphasize to them, Thursday is the auction for you because of those books. You know, I know you like this kind of book. I've got one coming up in 2 weeks, great science fiction book. You're going to really love it. And that's how you become a success on the site. Not that I'm doing great on it, but I'm doing well enough on it that I keep coming back. I know that certain big sellers are moving their way over there pretty much exclusively. And I know there are other sellers, and I'll give the example. I watch Pure Hustle podcast all the time, and Orlando on there was hated Whatnot. Then he started doing it again. Then he had a show where he only sold one item for $5. Now he hates it again. I've had shows where I sold one item for $3. I had another show where I sold 2 items for $6. They were books, and I was forcing them onto a day that they weren't normally on. And those are discouraging days. I'm not going to lie to you. Those are difficult days. However, you just keep coming back. And the sale after that was actually a good sale. You just never know what sale is going to be good, what sale is not going to be good. But you just have to be resilient on the site. And you can't let a bad sale get you down, and you can't get too excited about an incredible sale, because you just never know what the next sale might be. But as long as you're buying right and you're consistent over time, like everything else, you'll do well on the site. So hopefully that helps you a little bit there. If you've been thinking about Whatnot, reach out to me. I'll help you out on it. Again, I do love the site. The other positive thing about the site, which I've mentioned a few times in various videos, I'm buying things that I otherwise wouldn't have bought because I know that they'll sell on Whatnot. I don't do trade cards. I don't do photos. However, now I do. If I can pick them up at a sale cheap, I buy them right and I sell them over there. And I'm slowly learning what my customers want. And a lot easier for me to pay 50 cents or $1 for a photograph that I think is good and sell it to you for $7 over on Whatnot, and you go and sell it for 35, good for you. I don't want to learn. I don't have the time to learn the photography category. I just don't. But I know enough to know that for 50 cents, that's a good photograph. I'll list it. You'll make your money off it. You're happy. You'll come back. And it gives me incentive to keep finding photographs when I'm out there. And I was at a sale recently where I found some really good photographs. A year ago, I wouldn't even have gone through the photographs because I didn't do photographs. I would have just walked right by, $20 bills sitting there because I didn't do them. And now, because I've got the outlet for Whatnot, I've kind of expanded. And again, I'm leaving money on the table. I absolutely am fine with that because I found a few $20 bills right there for 5 minutes worth of my time that I wouldn't have purchased otherwise. And that's happened a few times. I've been at sales. I bought some postcards and I bought some photos that I would have just walked by previously. So it's kind of expanded my business into an area, and yet the people buying from me are making money as well. So, hey, good for them, good for me. Everybody wins along that. We all take a little piece of the pie, and the end user ends up getting it from somebody or other who excels in it. He sells that kind of thing all the time, so they know they can trust what they're getting, that it's accurately described. Everybody wins in that case. So even if that's all you do is you think about it and you say, hey, there's this area that I kind of am thinking about getting into, maybe give Whatnot a try on that. As long as you can pick up the merchandise cheap enough, it's a great place to learn how to sell. And I've expanded into areas that I otherwise never would have touched. So that's found money as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hit the like button. We'll see you next video.